Hello guys, fuck's sake. So, man, I'm so excited. These guys are fucking rock stars in our community and like overall like lifestyle. Like these fucking guys, you should fucking listen to this interview and then fucking re-listen, and then stop it, take notes and re-listen again, because like the amount of fucking value that you'll get in this interview is like, man, like just like I'm so excited.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Man. Like,
thank you.
So we are in our office here. We have here like some fucking rock stars from our community, dropshippers, e-commerce entrepreneurs, amazing fucking people in general. Walter, Marek, Damian. Did I pronounce it correct?
Yeah, it's called Damien, but it's okay.
Sorry, man. I always mispronounce. So these guys are doing amazing numbers, eight figure level. And what I wanted to figure out, like on this thing specifically, and for everyone who's watching, is like the main thing for me, right? Like we have, let's say you take like any 100 people, right? And out of those like 100, 2 or 3 of them will like fucking absolutely destroy it. Like let's say another 10 of them will be so, and then the rest,
Yeah.
And so what I want to figure out, like how you guys like having access pretty much to the same resources. I mean, you have access to same fucking laptops. Like you just started dropshipping. Like when did you start dropshipping? July last year, like less than a fucking year. And you're already at the level where it's like fucking 0.0, like 1% of people, right? And like what differentiates, in your opinion, like successful, not just like dropshipper, but like generally like successful entrepreneurs from people that are not that successful?
I think it's strategy, right? Strategy and realizing that you have to win on multiple levels if you want to win in the big game. So for example, we connect a lot, right? We do masterminds, we go to events together. That's like, a social networking level, right? Because as an entrepreneur, your network has to be really strong and you have to be proactive in it. So one guy who's not here today, Michael, a friend of ours, he always says, you have to meet one entrepreneur every single week, preferably a new entrepreneur.
What's his last name?
Michael Van from Vietnam.
Oh, that guy, yeah, also from the community.
Yeah, and he's very strong on that. And he taught us that. And I think that's very important. You have to realize you have to win on the networking game, but also the mental game, on the compliance game, on the HR game, on the geographical game, on the profit game, on the media game. There's so much things, like so many balls you have to juggle all the fucking day. And then also giving trust to people, other people who are responsible for that small part of the business, and seeing what your strength is. Somebody might be very strong in networking, that could be you. Somebody might be very good at finding people, that could be an HR manager. But having like very high clarity on what needs to be done, where you need to grow, and then assigning people to have the responsibility for that.
That's fucking massive already. Take that and compare it to like, I mean, let's take dropshipping as an example, right? But I think it would apply to anything. So let's say like average dropshipper does like, let's say fucking $1,000 a day and cannot scale or, whatever, like has some challenges. How that kind of like vision, that view of things differentiates from what those people have. How they view business from your observation. Maybe you've seen some of those people.
I think that it's a misconception to think like, he's doing 3K, he's doing 10K, he's doing 30K. Because for example, like we all have our own business, right? And he's done 100K days. I've never done that. I've done 70. But the way that he got to his 100 or the way that he got to 70 the first time was not the same way I did it. So you have to realize that even if you meet 5 people doing like $1 million a month or $2 million a month, they probably don't do the same thing. And if you talk to a lot of people, you realize that there's like different strengths. It's about realizing that, there are certain levers that if you increase or decrease them, the outcome of your business will just grow. And in the very beginning, when you're just, all by yourself, it's about output. More products, more countries, more that. After that, you go to a level where it's, okay, we have to lower the CPC, we have to increase the conversion, increase the product lifetime, how many videos can we put out a month, make everything blow up, and then organizing people in a way where your result is guaranteed.
Yeah, I think that it really is about awareness. What I realized like more than ever right now is that literally, like as Walter was already talking about, you have your own strengths, right? So you need to know yourself first. For example, I'm pretty good, I would say, with creatives, landing pages, right? That's my strength is. Walter, on the other hand, is really, really strong on company structure, CEO, even like KPIs and, I would summarize it in a company structure. and leadership, right? That's what you're really, that's what your biggest strengths are. And I would say that Damien, on the other hand, is really good at, I would say, even systems, because he is using ClickUp as a project management tool, and then finances, laws, you know, he's probably the one who is most advanced in figuring out this, like creative solutions when it comes to upcoming, you know, new rules such as VAT and stuff like that. So, and then when you network and you know, like this, the statement, net worth is your net worth. It may sound cliche, but it really is the case. Like the amount of ideas we got just within a few days that we met each other. I know Damien for 2 weeks. And like the connection that we made, it's insane, you know.
I agree with you, and especially the awareness. And the awareness, I think everything begins with awareness, and because we are masterminding, our awareness is on a higher level. And we are like, I'm a consultant for your company, you're a consultant for my company, and because we are all on a high-end level, the awareness is on next level, and we can implement so many things. It's even too much to implement everything. We have like a 6 months plan. We went to an event, we learned about leadership. So you bring each other to a higher level, and that's what I like about your community. A lot of people who are in your community on a high-end level. So even if you're a beginner, you will get from step 1 to step 2, from level 1 to level 10 really fast, because you get the knowledge that you don't get in a normal community. So it's like everyone is grinding, they are on their hustle, and that makes it really great. And that's why I really appreciate the group. So that's my view on.
I actually wanted to say that before we start the interview, like right when we started the interview, but both are just like jumped in. but what I wanted to say is like that we really appreciate everything that you're doing, and that I wanted to thank you personally for the opportunity and for the connect, because it's you who is, you know, the godfather of this whole community, who created all this. And without you, I wouldn't know Wouter, I wouldn't know Damien, I wouldn't know Dante and Michael. You know, and all other people that we're in touch, Sam, and you know, there is a lot of people that right now we're in touch with, and you're kind of the godfather of the whole community. So we wanted to thank you. I think that all of us feel the same way.
Salute.
Thanks to the boss.
Oh my man. Oh guys, thank you so much. But here is my thought. Okay, I mean it's good. Like I mean, there's my. But you guys, it's not all, man. You give. I mean, you're in the community, right? How many people have like reached out to you? Like, hey.
Too many.
Too many? Okay.
Too many. Like even like to the point like I sometimes don't respond anymore. It's like I could fill my days up talking to people on Skype who want to reach out.
Because what I've noticed about you specifically, and what I think is like, and even me, like, fuck, I can do it like to a lot, like, cause my network's like, you know, I can find any fucking solution to any fucking problem, like, very fast. But what I have found about you, like, for example, like the guy, you know, who we buy the business manager's personal profiles, right? You made him an offer, right? Like for that, like closer collaboration. And I'm thinking, fuck, like, why I haven't thought of that? You know what I mean? Like, if you can, person that they can specific, like, you know, knows the solution to a certain, you know what I mean?
Very good. That's a good question. So how? So the reason that I made him an offer is because I realized I needed a CCO, Chief Compliance Officer, somebody to handle compliance. Because compliance is, you know, fucking us. You have Facebook, you have a lot of things around compliance that can hold you back. And the reason that idea came for is because what I try to do as much as possible is to look at, you know, corporate structures and normal company structures like, you know, KPMG, any other financial company, any other company, and how they do it. Because oftentimes all we think about is, scale, boom, boom, boom. How can I scale more?
This is it.
But it's not about that. It's about having an HR manager. It's about having 2 recruiters work together so you find people faster like any other Google company does it, so they have talent. It's about having somebody for compliance to like, you know, protect your downside. It's about having an executive assistant who takes time out of your calendar so you can focus on the right people. It's about having a CTO who makes all the spreadsheets, who's a fucking genius to work together with all the departments to create better systems, because you cannot do everything yourself. We were in an event this week on Monday and Tuesday, and one of the things that it talked about was the last part was about customer service, but then also about realizing that you don't only have external customers, which are the clients, but internal customers, your people. And a big part of that is providing support. The support team.
Yeah, the support staff.
And support staff is, you know, auditing, it's forensics, it's HR, it's assistance, it's administration.
But it's all of those things, like, you know, like we built a company, right? Like, and all of those things, like, I mean, now I know they exist. Now I know it, you know, but like we've done them like subconsciously, like just fucking did it. You know, we need this, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like now the way you put it is like more like structured. Yeah, structured fucking way, man.
The game has already been played. Oftentimes we see, like, you go to the event, you feel you're a little different than the other people because you're in e-commerce and it's different. But you have to just break out and, like, you're just running a company. And the company game has been played by millions and billions of people, and the whole world economy has been built on the company game. And you can learn from that game. So don't only look at e-commerce. Look at cross industry. Look at cross industry and see how people grow.
And especially at the same time, this is, for example, information that not everyone can apply, right? Let's say that you have people in the company that are doing $1,000, $3,000 a day. When you're at that level, your problems are completely different. You're trying to find product market fit, right? But right now we are getting to a level where we really need to have like compliance officer, you know, and I don't know, even lawyers and accountants and even fucking HR managers, recruiters, right? Because we really need to focus also on the inside within the company, right? For example, with the Patrick, but David, what we noticed is culture is like really amazing,
and especially with dropshipping, because it's a business model where you can grow so fast. So make sure that you have the right structure, that you have the right departments.
Man, like what typically happens, right? Like dropshippers find something. I mean, focusing on obviously ads, kind of like figuring stuff out, product market fit, blowing up, like obviously overextending what they can do. PayPal holds, Stripe holds, merchant accounts fucking down, business managers down. So it's probably part of the growth process. Right? You kind of like push it and fucking it breaks and then you fix it and then like you're ready for the next round.
Yeah. But you need to do that to experience everything and then to be aware, okay, I need those departments because otherwise I don't have a consistent company. You need to find consistency because it's possible to have in 1 year like 30 people in your company and you want to have the production of creatives, everything around it. You want to keep that production rolling because otherwise 50% of your team don't have any work, so you want to keep that consistency, and to have that consistency, you need to have all these departments: HR, compliance. So, for example, last year, I think it was in October, a lot of dropshippers they could not test any products because all the Facebook accounts were blocked. So what happens then? If you had a right compliance team, you could still run products, and then you have your consistency. So I think consistency is key.
Yeah.
Consistency is key. That's a very good one because a lot of dropshippers find product, squeeze it, 100k in 1 month, and then 0 or 20k next month, and that's so bad. That's so bad. Consistency.
It's bad for your culture.
Okay, so why that happens? Like dig it deeper.
Because they get greedy. Because they make a little money. They make 2k, 3k, 4k a day,
and they
would rather keep all the profits instead of saying, okay, I'm going to take 500 every single day from that profit, put it in a little pot, and that's going to be my growth funnel. And I'm going to use all of this to pay people that will build my business, so they can actually go from doing everything themselves to having 4 or 5 people who do every step of the process to then create enough production that then averages out into a consistent level of output, and then you use that again, and then you build again and again and again and again, and it's just about reinvesting. I think it's greed that is stopping a lot of people who are doing about $1 million a year. That's keeping them from going from $1 million a year to $1 million.
It's short term versus
such a good fucking point, man. It's such a good fucking point. I know people in our community, I won't name like names, like millions of dollars per year in profit.
Yeah.
And they don't have teams, they don't have structure. If they stop doing their stuff like tomorrow, like business gone, there's nothing,
Yeah.
It's short term versus long term as well.
Yeah.
Not just like putting cash aside and investing into people, but also you have the product and maybe they get too caught up by nurturing the product, but they forget on the other products because that product just will die at some point, you know? I mean, unless your goals is to really like make it into a brand, which is not our style at the moment, because I mean it's quite cash flow intensive and it requires a completely different set of skills, right? So it's better to first really learn how to take the product and milk it, right? And create a process around it. But they get too caught up by, okay, this product is making me money, I will just continue. And it's easy to focus only on that product rather instead to build something again that is, like a machine, the same thing that will replace the product. So Yeah, I think that it's just short term versus long term on from the multiple dimension level. Be it reinvesting in the team, be it creating process around the way how to find the products, nurture them, scale them, and just make it a machine.
Because if you think about it, like combined, like for example, in our community, some people make it well like in this niche, some people make it well in this, some different products, right? And like multi-million-dollar businesses, right? So combined, it's not like there's only one product that can do like fucking 8 figures, there are like many products, There's so much things that you could do. So that's kind of like line of thinking that gets people into trouble and kind of like gets them into that plateau, and then like they probably like don't see like the bigger picture, they give up, or like they just fucking switch to another shiny object. But what gets people to, like, from your observation, what made you think in this perspective? Have you had like exposure?
By failing many times, by having situations where one product, I never had more than one winner. Boom.
But you just
that's the consistency. There is no consistency.
There is no consistency, and they realize, maybe you should have a team. Maybe we should, because I had actually I think Floris, right?
Yeah.
Floris from the Netherlands. I still don't know the guy personally, but he was doing about $1 million a month, or even over that. And I asked him, so what's the number one metric? Because every single industry has a number one metric. If you're in sales, it's about how many people are you actually seeing. How many people are you seeing? Because if that goes down, your business, you get predicted.
Yeah, for our consulting business, number of offers that, for example, the closer is making, number of offers.
Yeah,
calls, right?
You know it exactly.
Doors.
Yeah.
And then I asked him, what is our main thing? And he said, it's the amount of products that you test. How many products are you testing? And then I realized, okay, so, and then you can start building a vision around how you can increase the amount of products that you test, and then you can start building on that, and then you're working on the plan, because if you're only just thinking about what you're gonna do today or tomorrow, you're always gonna mess up. You have to think in like a month in advance, 2 months in advance, and then see, okay, which steps are, like, where could it go wrong? Who should I get, before that, to make sure that we don't experience any issues here, and then you're just working towards a goal, and then things are just growing. You're like, yeah, that's what we plan to do, but you planned it out just like Napoleon.
I don't know your specific like numbers, but like you have built your team from how many people to how many? Like new year
from 4 people to 32 people in about 3.5 months.
And you, Marek, like what was your progression in this?
We really grew a lot. I think it was in February we fired. So we had like 10 people by the end of the year, and we let go 3-4 people. So it was 6 of us, maybe 6-8, something like that. And right now we have 25, and most of the hiring was done within the 2 months. Second half of February, March. Right now in April we are preparing for next kind of like a batch of hiring.
Do you fire people? Like, so you said you fired people. What was the reason? Like low performance, or you simply didn't need them?
Low standards, I would say. Low standards, And the thing is, right now, I will let go another person from our company because, again, low standards. You have to protect your company from the inside as well, right? And the thing is that you need to...
Oh man, such a good point. Such a good fucking point.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, our mistake, like, we had that same fucking... And then, we would tolerate people with low performance for way too long.
And that's the biggest fucking mistake. Yes. That's the biggest fucking mistake, right?
We had 2 people. We fired like 20% of the company. We went from 20 back to 15, or from 25 back to 20, somewhere in February, and the whole company just blew up. It just like positively. And I was like, oh shit, man, we're gonna experience trouble, letting go of all these people. And it was like, boom. Why? Because you probably have amazing killers in the company.
Yeah.
They're great. Then you have good people and you have bad people. The first thing you need to do is get rid of all the bad people, only keep the good and the great. Second thing you need to do is get rid of all the good people and only keep the great, because they elevate each other. Great people, like it's like fruit. You put one rotten banana in there, boom. Even the most ripe fruit will go bad as well. Your great people are not going to show their greatest talents and their greatest value if you don't surround them with only great people as well. Very important to realize. You don't need good people. I always tell my people, we're not looking for good people, guys. We're looking for great people. Good people, they don't belong here anymore.
There is this quote, right? Like, your team is only as fast as the slowest member.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's why the KPIs are so important.
Yeah.
So if you build a KPI dashboard, then you can actually, with data, you can see who are the rotten apples, try to fix that problem, or move them out of the team.
Yeah.
And a lot of people especially in dropshipping, they don't measure KPIs. If you have all the KPIs per department in one dashboard, then you can see, you can do meetings and tell everyone, okay, these points are not that great. How can we find a solution?
Yeah.
And then if you cannot solve the solution, of course you're going to remove that person from the team, and you're going to find a new one to replace it, and then you can see, okay, these KPIs, it goes higher, so we are improving. Okay, boom, problem has been solved.
Such a good point.
Spotting rotten apples in from the dashboard.
Yeah, with data, so it's
The Power BI.
Yeah, the Power BI.
We started the hiring. We're going through the. We identify exactly what we're looking for for that.
For
Executive
ecom?
assistant we already hired. We had one in office, like she didn't work out, and then we had like more like remote ones.
Yeah.
Now we have a new one starts on Monday. Yeah. So a lot of things came from that, like, you know.
Yeah.
We promoting certain people, like creating like incentive structure for certain people in the company as well. From that fucking event.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the KPI dashboard,
KPI.
and then the contest. So make challenges.
Yeah.
And then you will level up every employee in your company.
And
everyone.
You really, like, for example, we had a situation in the company, we had a copywriter, and she worked in the very beginning of the company, like even before, like the beginning. She was let go because we had to let go of people because, you know, the compliance issues in October, you were just mentioning. And then she came back into the company. And before she was great, but now she was slacking, not delivering, not delivering on time. So then we created pressure from all sides, from me, from our department, from our colleague, pressure, confrontations, because we wanted to see, can she handle it?
Yeah.
Right now she just moved up, she just got promoted to a leadership position because she was able to improve herself once again.
Under pressure.
And what I mean by that is, like, you have to realize that your culture has a very big impact on people as well. You might have great people who you will never know are great if your culture sucks. If your culture sucks, you might never know. And even then, let's say that your culture is bad and people are still great. Do you think they will stay? If they're not having fun, they might be doing a good job, but if they're not having
the chance
fun,
is indeed
they're
low.
not so valued.
Culture is like family. If you build a culture, you build a family.
Yeah.
So you're a remote company, right? I mean, we have a remote company, so I want to know how you guys approach like that culture perspective, kind of like how you build the culture of the company as remote, right? Obviously in the office it's a bit easier, right? You see people, you can talk, like it's more like faster, it's face to face. But how do you do that in a remote company?
You have to systematize it. You have to systematize it. You have to have the weekly team meetings, the weekly one-on-ones with their department leaders, the department meetings. We also do catch-ups, so every single day I meet with one or two people from the company. Even though they don't report to me, I have to, you know, check the pulse. We do game nights once a month. There's a game night, so like our HR manager prepares a bunch of games. We get on a Zoom with 30 people.
What type of games?
Like hints, you know, guess the words with emojis. It's like fun, you know.
Counter-Strike.
Tell them about 2 days ago. How late did you woke up?
I woke up at 5:30. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. because at 6 a.m. we were doing the game nights because the people from the Philippines have a 13-hour difference, so I had to wake up early, and then people see that.
And that's dedication.
Yeah,
wow.
and
for just a game.
Like making people feel valued is like, if you go to my company, people will say Wouter makes us feel valued. They say that. That's not me saying that. That's them saying that. But we do it in a way where it's like, of course, when they have a birthday, they get the day off. Their daughter's birthday or their son's birthday, they get a day off. We track all the birthdays of them. We track all the birthdays of their daughters. I can show you a picture right now of my HR manager. It was her son's birthday. She's 5 years old. He's 5 years old. And then we sent him like a little slide, like you go the slide. It's in her garden. Okay, my internet is done now. It's in her garden. And we bought her a gift. It's like $50 in the Philippines. Now these people from the Philippines, you think they get a lot of presents from their employers from the US? They never get a present. Now that's a memorable experience. But the thing is, we are CEOs and we're good people, great people, but we're not fucking saints, right? So she thinks that I sent it, but it's the executive assistant who sent it. So don't be afraid to hire an executive assistant who will take care of all the relationship management, tracking the birthdays of them, tracking their children's birthdays, having an employee of the month. You elevate them, you edify them in the team meeting. They can go to a spa because they did XYZ. We didn't even see it coming. Thank you so much for the value that you brought. We want to thank you. Go out and go to a spa day and enjoy yourself. Guess what? It's a +1. Take your best friend or take your loved one. Enjoy. oh wow, oh wow, oh wow.
Wow.
Things
That's
are always
not the
going
culture.
on. Like, if there is ever a time inside your company where things are not happening, like, oh my god, did you see what? Did you see? Then it's boring. You never want it to be boring. You always want it to be exciting. And the thing is, you don't have to make it exciting for every single individual to have every single individual think that it's always something new. You only have to do it with one person. You have 30 people, and every single week or every 2 weeks, something's going on. A game night, employee of the month, a bonus, a contest, making somebody feel valued. One thing as well that we did during the team meetings is we have departments present their own department during the team meeting, because we noticed that a lot of people didn't know what other departments were doing. And then that gives you the perfect opportunity to show the importance of every single person. Because now everybody realizes how important this one is, and this one is, and this one is, and then it's their turn. And then, oh, now I can feel important. Huh?
That's such a good point. Yeah, man.
Right.
This is the real company, right? A lot of people just like, so we have the employees and let's just fucking milk them until they like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's not respectable. How is it respectable? You hear guys say this, and I don't really care about my employees. I don't really talk to them. Are you bragging? Are you bragging? Or are you complaining? I don't know what you're doing right now. You have to show respect, especially like even this guy. Tell him about you plan to bring people into an office and do something big.
Yeah, so I mean, what we want to do, for example, is taking our team leaders and take them on a vacation, say 2 weeks, right?
Wow.
Tenerife, Cape Town, something like that. And then we actually want to move in-house with media buyer, COO, and just like have an office, right? Actual office. Because what I also noticed, this is awesome, right? I actually made a note when you were speaking. I will hire an executive assistant next week. And just make sure that like the game night, that's so powerful. But what I also noticed is that in the beginning you're alone, right? Or you have, let's say, one business partner. What's also so important is focus on your first key hires and develop them as leaders, right? Develop like the leaders, because it's harder to hire someone into a high management role from the outside when you're already at this level, because that person needs to it takes time to grasp your culture, right? To grasp your values. But if you focus on your first hires, which is hard, of course, because you just need someone who is T-shaped, who can just do whatever you tell them to do. But what we did, I think that we did a really good job when it comes to first hires. We actually had to let go 2 people, but our video editor is with us since the beginning. Our COO was just someone who was doing everything. He was doing product descriptions, copywriting, media buying. Right now he knows the whole business to the T, so he became COO. And why I'm saying that is that those leaders are right now vibrating the values of mine, because I'm the business owner and I have some principles and values, right? In our company we just call each other selves retards, because we're just the fucking retards who want to make money and want to have an impact, right? And want to have like that. That want to do good, that want to have an impact. What I learned from Ray Dalio is that he talks about that in the book Principles. There are just 2 things you need in your life. In order to live meaningful life, right? You need to have meaningful relationships and meaningful work, right? And you need to combine these 2. Because why meaningful work? Because admit it or not, you will work most of your life, right? And meaningful relationships, because we are social human beings. So we love people, right? We need to socialize. So again, back to the point. When you focus on the leaders that are kind of like that will become the leaders of the departments, they will vibrate the energy, they will vibrate the values. I could see it already from our video editors. We have right now 3 of them. One is the senior, and I can already see they're chatting with each other without me telling them. We're right now about to introduce. I got it from book Scaling Up, Rockefeller Habits 2.0. And that is meeting rhythms, right? Because right now we have like weekly meetings. I catch up with people daily on Slack, sometimes on the call. It doesn't have a routine, which is bad, because then you need to think about it. So in order to remove the decision and free up your mental space, you want to create meeting rhythms. So every week, every department will have like, let's say twice a week, ideally on Monday to plan the week, on Friday to reflect on the week. But I'm a little bit diverging, but culture is such an important point, and the game nights, the executive assistant, sending out the gift, bro. That's fucking beautiful.
Bro,
That's
it is beautiful. It is beautiful. And you know why as well? Because when new people come into the company and those people take a picture and they put it in the team channel, they just tell them what they. Because you know, in the very beginning I was afraid to do it because like you don't want to have like the ego grown because you don't want to show people that you're great. But there's a difference between people thinking that you as a CEO are great for you and the people thinking that you as a CEO are great to them. It's very important to have that because before in recruiting, people were always very motivated if they had like some type of a connection with their CEO or like with the boss. And they would always say like, oh man, like I used to love working for Daniel because Daniel would like just take us by the show and say, you're doing a good job, man, like personally. So the CEO was great, but was the CEO great because the company was growing? Yeah, of course, because everybody felt safe and numbers were good. But the CEO was great because the CEO was great to them. So every single employee has to feel like the company and the CEO and the team leaders and the executives are great to them. And then they're great to the company as well, which is eventually the goal, right? But you have to pay in advance to make sure that you keep receiving as well.
Wow, man. This is such a different level, right? Because, you know, obviously, like, people start, like, dropshipping as, like, you know, it's something, like, at home, like, sitting by the laptop, hiding by the fucking laptop. And then you must evolve to the business owner, right? You must evolve to the CEO, right? And then eventually you just, you know, you would hire CEO, right? Like, you would hire even higher level, but you must understand kind of like, wow, guys, this is such.
I wanted to ask you about maybe like the audience will benefit from that as well. Where did you learn about this like company structure? Are you like, let's say, watching
that's
videos about Google, or have you read some books, or was it from Patrick Bet-David?
Mostly Patrick Bet-David.
Patrick Bet-David.
Mostly Patrick. Two things: Patrick Bet-David, and just looking at how big companies do it, and also planning it out. So like, you know, like the company structure, like we have like a company structure that's not even the company structure, it's the talent planning. And it started out with like 10 dots, like CEO, product research, copywriting, editor. Now it's 150 dots because we're always thinking about the future, always thinking about the future.
What next roles
and then we number them. Then we number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the order in which they will be hired, and that goes to the HR, right? But what that does is you plan in advance. So that's one thing. But also, like, you know, Patrick Bet-David was a very big role model of all of us. And hearing like CCO, what is a CCO? Chief Compliance Officer. Compliance. What is compliance?
Google it. Yeah, or ask it.
Yeah, you Google it. What is compliance? You type it in. A Chief Compliance Officer is somebody who takes care and makes sure that the company follows our regulations and guidelines. Okay. What are the regulations and guidelines that we are not following and are holding us back? Well, there's an opportunity, right? So then you hire someone. So
that's it. How long have you been in their community?
Patrick Bet-David. Started watching the YouTube videos probably 2017, 2018.
Oh wow.
Just looking at the YouTube videos, and then in the very beginning it was annoying because, you know, we didn't have a business, and you look at these videos, you're like, I can't do anything about it, right? But now when we have a business like, you know, reading books now, it's so different, right? Like if you read a book now,
because you can apply it.
You can apply it. There's so much creativity.
You can
there's
relate.
so much options. Yeah, it's
wow,
good,
man.
right?
Okay, beautiful.
How to keep your sanity, right? Like, there's a lot of pressure on different fronts, right? There's like fucking ads not performing some days, right? There's like fucking products don't perform, products die, like people sometimes fuck up, you know, we all fuck up. And so how do you keep yourself like sane through those like fucking low periods?
I think first letting go of the emotion, because you don't want to handle on emotions, and it's just data. So yeah, of course some of the Mondays is better than the Tuesday, and in the weekends you make more revenue, most of us. And yeah, I think you need to go let off your emotions, because with dropshipping especially, you can do 100k on Monday, and Tuesday you can do 10k because maybe 3 Facebook accounts get blocked. So I think emotion is the first part. Yeah, think as a cleaner. So when something happens, just use your instinct and think directly, okay, what's the solution? Okay, who's responsible for making sure that this problem will be solved, and then you're good to go. And if that happens a lot, problems in your company and problems that will make sure that your company the revenue will go lower, but you have all kind of solutions, so like a compliance team, then I think then you're good to go. I think that's most important, a compliance team, and be aware that of course the revenue will go lower some days, and in the weekends your revenue will be much more. So be aware of what can happen in your company. And be not too emotional attached to your company.
You're reading The Relentless, right?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Cleaners.
Let's go. Let's go.
And read books, right?
Yeah.
All of us are always reading books.
Yeah.
Read Relentless. That's a recommendation.
I really like what you said about the emotions. I think that it's such a good point to control your emotions, because you really need to build mental. What do you call
Toughness,
it? Like
right?
mental toughness, exactly.
Yeah,
because it's not easy. You're building. You're like like world is a tough place.
Yeah.
World like nothing is for free, right?
Yeah.
You need to fight for it. You need to be fucking savage. There is a reason why there is only. Dan Kennedy actually, like the Godfather copywriter, he breaks down society into levels, right? You have 80% of people who are just mediocre, right? Mediocre. Then there is, I believe, just to give the idea. Then there is 15% of people are kind of like above average, you know. Then there is 4% of people who are already kind of savages, and then there is 1%ers, right? And boom. And what I noticed when I was watching video of Patrick Bet-David that you sent me actually, it was there are different levels, there are different dimensions. So you have this kind of like square, right? And you have 80, like let's say 75%, which is 3/4, right? So this part is like the mediocre. Then you have the 25%, let's say, and 20% of them are still kind of like above mediocre. Then maybe 4% are right like already like above average, and 1% are like real savages. But when you get from that within that's one square, right? And then you get to that 1%. But that 1%
is also divided.
Is just a part of 80% of another square. So you keep leveling up, leveling up, and getting up to another square, right? So I think that it's so important to build that mental toughness so that you can persist through tough times. Surround yourself with the great people who will lift you up, who will praise you, who will help you to stay accountable. Yesterday, you know, we were supposed to have a call today at 7 a.m. and we tend to go to bed quite late, right? And I was like, oh shit, 7 a.m. And he just looked at me like, what? Are you fucking afraid to wake up at 7, bro? So, you know, we hold each ourselves accountable, and that's what also helps us, in my opinion, to remain sane, because you have peers that are experiencing the same issues, right? So,
but also one important thing, because one thing, if I, like 2 years ago, I would have heard that and I would have thought, okay, I have to find XYZ before I can go. If you are like that, if you're like that, please realize that the amount of stress that you experience is something that you should also feed off. Like you have to learn how to love the stress, love the fear, love the uncertainty, because you have to be able to find peace within the chaos. And then you can make the right decisions. It's not about having everything perfect and then being able to handle the chaos and then say, oh, I wasn't ready to handle that yet. No. Find peace within the chaos. Make use of the stress. Fucking love it. Fucking love it. I mean, as the business grew, I've always had more and more stress. And then it went down again because then we realized what we were doing. But then you go to a new level, boom.
So then like that level of stress just becomes like, oh fuck it, you know? And then you just like...
I've been through it. It's good.
I remember one of the points, man, that just fucking stuck with me. We had an interview like recorded like few weeks ago with Walter. And he said like, you had that fucking PayPal hold, right?
Yeah.
And that would fuck most people up. That's it. Like, you know, they would just like sit and wait, right?
Yeah.
And you said like, I need like 100 G's, right, or whatever, you know, that like number. And then you said like, I realized like the fastest way to get like 100 G's is to make 100 G's, right? Like something like that. Man, like that's, so instead of like, you know, most people are like, oh fuck, I'll just wait like until they fucking release the money, right? And he decided like, hey, fuck it, let's figure out like, you know, let's make another like...
It's all about perspective, how you see things.
Yeah, it is.
Holy shit, man, that's
just
like fucking savage thinking. That's savage thinking.
Hashtag fuck PayPal, by the way.
Suck it out, PayPal. Oh man, that's hilarious. Did you get your money back or not yet?
No.
No?
It's gonna be a birthday gift because it's being released around my birthday.
When is your birthday?
End of July.
No shit. When?
July. End of July, 25th.
25th. Mine's 16.
Okay, good. Leo.
No, I'm Cancer. I'm like fucking...
That's difference, man.
No, fuck's sake. I'm like Conor McGregor. Like he's 14, I'm 16.
I love it.
My
dad's Cancer.
I talk shit a lot.
You do?
I know. Probably not. Oh man.
But you stopped to think, so maybe you do.
No, not you know, not enough, I guess. But I mean, anyway, like how do you like, so you work out, right?
I swim and I run.
Where do you swim? Like in your
In
like
the building, in my building.
okay,
Panama.
in Panama now.
Yeah.
Did you have it in Belgium?
No, in Belgium I would just go to the swimming pool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you swim and you run.
Yeah.
You don't work out like fucking. Holy shit! How the fuck do you look like this?
When I was 16, I did. There's pictures online of when I was 16.
Muscle memory.
This is compounded.
Holy shit, man!
He has the sickest muscle memory.
Do something. Do something in the camera. Holy shit, man! That's fucking assassin, man. I saw you fucking working out. No, like how often do you run? Are you running?
2-3 times a week.
Like how much? Like you fucking get yourself
20
in-
minutes.
Oh,
20 minutes.
that's fucking it.
Yeah.
But like very
fast, as fast as I can.
Oh,
as fast as I
you
can
do
for
like
20
intervals,
minutes.
like
No,
da, da, da.
just as fast as I can for 20 minutes.
And you do.
Yeah.
Okay, you
I'm
do
running 5, 6, 7 times a week.
5, 6, 7 times a week.
For me, it's like a meditation.
Like you're running and you're listening to music or like podcasts.
Listen to podcasts. Right now, I'm actually listening to. By the way, great book for you and for anyone who's like hiring. Organizational Physics divides people into segments and with different personalities.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I use it for as a meditation. When it comes to workout, I don't work out all that much, honestly.
But do you run like intensely, like, or you just like?
It depends on my mood and whether on my sleep as well. But I try to like really push, like not like sprints, but like I try to really keep my pace at like 60-70%, so that by the end of the run I want to throw up.
Yeah, but it's still a workout, right?
Yeah, it is. But I mean, that's why I look like this, right? I don't have genetics like that. But I mean, everyone is different, right? So I really enjoyed running, and then when it comes to physical fitness. Also push-ups and like typical body weight.
You have the same office with Dan here? Or
No. Yeah, Daan, he in the Netherlands, he lives like 2 minutes away from me. So I went a couple times to his office.
They have fucking pull-up bar and shit,
yeah,
right?
they have a really nice office. And when you look out of their office, you can see like people walking, and you see like a restaurant. So I think he has one of the nicest offices from our city. But yeah, I don't have any office more in the Netherlands because of course I moved to Dubai. But yeah, his office is really great. And yeah, what about my routine? Work out 5-6 times per week. Not here in Miami, of course. We are little bit slacking, also with sleep. But yeah, I think working out is important for your routine to be consistent.
Then what do you do? Like weights?
He, by the way,
weightlifting.
also have a very good musculature.
He has
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
You will see at the pool party.
I don't go to
Ladies
the
who
party.
are watching.
The ladies are watching.
That's awesome, guys. So, what advice would you give, like, to yourself? Let's say even like 1 year ago, right? Because
Think bigger.
bigger.
Think bigger.
Think bigger
I
for
feel
me.
like we're playing so fucking small. Like, okay. Because the numbers look good, but it's like, oh man, I just wish I could turn back time 7 months and do it all again. Because I know that then by now it's like playing the same level over and over again, you know, but always hitting a faster time. I think, yeah, it's like the future looks bright, for sure. It's gonna be growing, but it's like I think all of us realize that like we know so much now that if we would have known that even sooner, we could have done like even more by now, and then, you know, it just grows exponentially, and I think that's a very good sign that, you know, all of us are always very hungry. Because if you're not hungry, you don't have that feeling. Then you're satisfied.
You're right.
You're never satisfied.
You get complacent.
You
Yeah,
get
that's correct.
complacent.
And act fast.
Yeah.
Think bigger and act fast.
Act fast.
Yeah. And for me, I think it's don't be scared to reach out to people. For me, that's I think the most important.
Yep.
Reaching out to people, and of course to think big. But I always think big. I always think, okay, where will I be in 2 years? And I'm now already saying next year 100 million, more than 100 million that year. So I can think big, but I need to reach out to more people, because network is your net worth, and it's all about your network.
Yeah.
Because then you hear about those secrets, and of course you have all kind of dropshipping courses, but when you reach out to people who are at a higher level than you, even lower levels, they have some secrets that can be a big change for your company. And I already experienced that with those two. They helped me big time, and those are just simple things, but things that can make a big change for your company and can it can be such a big difference that your revenue can be doubled in 1 month.
And maybe tactical advice when it comes to reaching out, because I bet that right now there will be people from the.
It's like
The thing is that it needs to be constructive, and you need to try. You need to aim to give value first.
Yes.
You like both of you. I think that all of us are givers, right? We always want to give the value first. How can I help you? You know, that's how you get the connection. How we connected with you, we helped you. We tried to help you, right? That's how you get to people the best. Because I agree 100%. Reaching out to people, don't be afraid, but reaching out in a constructive way. Reaching out with not with the mindset of I need to get some information from this guy. And reach out in a way that you want to build genuine relationship that will last for years. I already know that with these two motherfuckers and with yourself as well, it will be a long-lasting relationship.
Oh yeah, man.
Because of the
100%.
foundations we set, we didn't reach out to each other to just get the ideas, but to genuinely create a, you know,
and the value goes like both fucking ways. You know what I mean? Like so the. You know what I mean? Like
whenever we were in a car together,
first
we were
like
taking
so
notes.
I mean you joined the program, right? You gave us money, right?
Yeah.
But then we gave you back, right?
Yeah.
Then you gave again, right?
Yeah.
Then like this guy introduced us to the account.
Yeah.
We're making money with that. Like so it's kind of like goes back and forth. We pay him like, you know, for that, like it's kind of like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right?
Yeah, that's
And
how
it's so there is no, because like if you think just from the scarcity like mindset, right? Like you said, like what do I get from this guy, right? Like, or people think about investing into, I think that's a very fucking big point. It's like investing, let's say, into like mentorship program, mastermind, you know, whatever that is, as like zero-sum game. Is like I'm spending like $10,000 on it, right? And like what I get from it, or like they want like, you know, the ROI, like that fucking moment, you know, or like having that like very short.
Very good point.
You know what I mean? Like that's why I think what's holding people back too, because like people think, oh, it's like I spent like $5,000-$10,000 on like on the mastermind. One fucking thing from that mastermind, one fucking connection can pay like can fucking change your life, right?
Very true.
And this is so much accelerated way to get like where you want to be. Obviously, you can figure out like, I mean, you would have figured it out, right? It would just take like another fucking 2-3 years of your fucking life, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you would figure out, I would figure it out. What I've like now, like looking back, fuck's sake, I should have joined that fucking mastermind. Should have paid that guy, like, you know, and that probably. So if I would give that advice to myself, I would just like fucking believe in yourself like enough so you know that you are investing into something that you will find a way to make it work. You know what I mean? Because you have made it work. You have connected with these guys, like instead of our mastermind, you created your own mastermind, right? I didn't fucking ask you. You just did it, you know, because like you have that mindset, like kind of like finding a way to make it work and extracting as much value and giving as much value as possible because you're exchanging values. And I think,
by the way, we know each other's stores and we don't give a shit. And we most likely sell each other's products and we don't give a shit.
Yeah, we are equal.
Because it's not zero-sum game, right?
100%. Well, I know your guys' stuff. I mean,
there's 10,000 competitors and you happen to know 3 of them or 4 of them and you could actually grow together. Why the fuck would you? Like,
don't
you have 10,000 people competing with you. Form an alliance with a couple of guys.
Level each other up.
I mean, we had this in our community once, only fucking once. Where it's
What
like,
happened?
well, it's like one guy was running like the same product as another, and I reached out to guy and I say like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, and he filed like DMCA for him. It was like fucking 2 years ago, you know, and I say like, what the fuck are you doing? And they told him like, just fucking remove the MCA, like what the fuck, like just let, you know, like fucking do people, like let people do their own fucking thing, you know.
They are insecure. That's a sign of insecurity. That
Yeah,
you're
man,
not
it's
able
like-
consistency.
Yeah,
You're
and
not
to
able
breathe.
to. Yeah, you're not able
There's
to
enough for
replicate the
everyone.
process.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, fuck's sake, man, if I would have fucking seen his face, like in my patch, you would get your fucking face like destroyed for that kind of like shit. You have your
I
fucking
can
legs
imagine.
broke. Like, I mean, what the fuck, you know? And like, oh man, like that just like fucking like.
Who were you when you were younger? Like
Me?
when you were 16, 17.
Oh man,
who were
like
you?
I was fucking piece of shit. I mean, I didn't have like.
What type of shit though?
I mean, it's like
What type?
I mean, alcohol,
Diarrhea.
drugs, you know.
Yeah.
Like different things. I mean, I had no like reference points. I'm from Ukraine. It's like in our country, the entrepreneurs are like pretty fucked up. Most of them, at least. You know, it's like I don't know how it's in Czech Republic. You make money and people typically behave like fucking, you know, like.
I don't talk with much entrepreneurs in Czech Republic.
That's good for you. It's like. You know what I mean? Because like the mentality is like you buy the fucking car and like you know you behave like fucking like you fucking made it, you know, you, like fucking gold chains and shit, you know, it's like, and so that's what I have seen as, you know, as I was growing up, you know, so I had to do like a lot of work on that side, just fucking like.
And what do you think that made you succeed so fast? Because you're doing dropshipping and ecom since 25. You're right now 30. That's only 5 years, and you're about to hit close to 9 figures this year. What made you grow so fast while on the side you've built this whole amazing community? What allowed you to do that? Because you're a savage, you're a cleaner as well.
Big cleaner.
Man, I think, you know what? I think like exposure as well. I work for one guy who's like was like a freelancer, you know, and I've seen different business models, you know. And so one of the guys who I was working for, he was like a big fucking affiliate, like on Facebook. Like he's made like fucking hundreds of millions of dollars. But at that point, like I had like so many, like I didn't have like much money, I didn't have like knowledge, like the corporate structure, the company was like, you know, I didn't have like fucking proper even like PayPal account. And so at that point, but then that shit stuck with me, you know. And I'm type of person that even if I'm not like, I might lose today, but I'll find a way to fucking win. It might take me 5-10 years, like, but I'll fucking win. And if someone like, I know by the fucking names of people who've said something to me or done something to me, I'll find a way to fuck them up in a way they cannot even comprehend. Mm-hmm. It might not happen today, but it will happen in some way. You know what I mean?
Controlled aggression.
I think so. Gotta go. But I think that is like, it's not good, you know. I keep, you know, and I try to fucking forgive, but
the thing is,
I
different
think-
people, different desires, right?
I think we can all relate to that.
Yeah.
I have the same. Now you're telling us this, now I have more motivation because of course I also have those family members or friends, ex-friends who thought like that, and I'm now like, okay, I'm gonna crush it and I will show them, I will let them remember, oh shit, I told them to him, if I was thinking that way to him.
that's
about
fucking
him.
right. That's fucking.
And I'm just happy. I'm laughing about it. Haha, we are now in Miami. I'm with all kind of great people.
Yeah.
I'm meeting great people. People who have like 20,000 employees. Crazy stuff. And they are just in their bubble. They're just in their city. Go to vacation one time per year. They're just in their bubble, comfortable. And we are living the best life. The best life we can. It's amazing. We are in a dream. Every day I wake up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a fucking dream.
I think the pain is the best. He told me like you have to experience, you have to be your fucking face need to be in the fucking ground and you have to like fucking experience the shit. So then you want to get out of it and you don't want that shit to ever happen again. You know what I mean? So you said about making those like mistakes.
Yeah.
And so that like mistakes are inevitable, you know, and like pain, but I think different people react differently. Maybe it's like certain type of like personality, like maybe something. Yeah, it's
that's why awareness is so important. You need to understand yourself. You need to understand what drives you. You need to know how to poke yourself, right? You need to know where to poke yourself. What's your button? What will awaken the fucking beast inside, right?
And just like make you like perform at a level at like just, you know, such a fucking like high level, very high performance.
Yeah. So reflect, so you can trigger them.
Yeah, exactly. You really need to know yourself. Like awareness, in my opinion, is so key. That was the reason why I started meditating. Because it teaches you about yourself, you know, it teaches you who you really are.
You're right.
And like really,
Do you meditate?
No.
I
I've done it. I did it for a while, but since I started the business, I couldn't anymore.
But again, different personalities. He's different personality than mine. He's like really like.
I'm like,
But you're
you
a
know,
person aware by yourself. You
Exactly.
are really aware.
Exactly.
of
So
love.
different meditation that
Really
you're doing
sharp.
that you don't even call meditation, right?
yeah, it's you know, it's even like whatever
It
like
can be just shower,
yeah, exactly.
you know,
Or running.
Yeah, bro.
swimming.
Whatever just
Swimming.
whatever just like relaxes you and just gets you into this like different, just disattachment from the reality for a second.
No, I was thinking of like when I was doing 300 euros a day in the very first week, I was always going swimming, and I would say like, well, like with that, I have to be successful. So I have to be successful. Like with every while swimming.
Affirmations?
Yeah, like for an hour.
Holy shit! Affirmations like that?
Yeah. But the same thing. Like I have to be successful. I have to be successful. I have to be successful.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
I will write it down. That's a good one. Just continuously fucking brainwash yourself. That's a good one.
Oh, fucking brain.
Yeah.
Train your mind
Conor-
while working out.
Conor McGregor says that, or it's like, if you, like, you'll be sinking anyway, so why not fucking sink, you know, as you're the fucking, you know,
The lion.
oh, fuck. I mean, that guy is like, you know, also, like, the way he built himself, right, like, fuck's sake, like, 2013, like, piece of shit in
Look
Ireland.
what he did to the
Holy shit, man, to the fucking industry, like, to the, you know, impacted so many fucking people.
Took it by the balls, man.
Their fucking payoffs, like, for the fights, like, in UFC, since he, like, fucking doubled or tripled, you know, for the fights.
Yeah.
Because they pay, like, you guys might make fucking more profit in a fucking day that the fucking
then you
guy who
fighters.
has, like, fucking his head smashed, you know, against the fucking wall. Like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And you don't have to have your head smashed. That's such a fucking opportunity, man. And when I was working like on the factories, you know, and I would go outside, and I would think like, I just fucking dreamt of like of the moment where like because like the sun was so good, but I had to work inside, you know, because the fucking factory. And fuck, it's so beautiful outside. You know, what if I didn't have to, like, you know what I mean? Like, what if I had the freedom to just fucking like breathe or work, you know?
And look where you are right now.
Yeah.
Where you are right now.
For me, like, I don't even pay attention to this, you know?
Which is sometimes also, in my
maybe you
opinion, you
should.
sometimes also should be present. I think that
I
that's
know, man.
another
I
kind
know.
of idea, or not idea, but that's a thing that we all lack. Be present, because we see also we constantly
the
think in the
present.
to the future,
Yeah.
right? To come up and like to find out possible problems, right? But we also should enjoy the moment sometimes, you know. By the way, do you guys meditate, Damien? Alex?
I did,
I don't.
but I stopped because I work too much. So yeah, it's excuse. I don't have time to meditate, but I actually need to do it because my right hand, the HR manager, he meditates every day.
Mhm.
Every day before he goes to sleep, he meditates.
And you, Alex?
And the affirmations and training.
Yeah, that's it. That's a big
I will-
one.
The affirmations, man. Holy shit, you can tell yourself whatever you want, right? Like,
Yeah.
and like if you tell it like long enough and like fucking like, you know, many times
It
enough.
will raise you.
Yeah, it will
Remember
just
what
like.
Sam Owens has in the Alchemy of Self in Accelerator?
Yeah, and I have it, and I used to do it for some time.
Me too.
Man, like, but I have some notes. I found some like all of
I
my.
will do it again.
Oh fuck! I found some of like all like notebooks with my goals, and my goals were so fucking pathetic. Like I was like, I'm making like
Yeah.
$10,000 a month.
Yeah.
Holy shit! By the age I'm 30, man, like fuck, I wouldn't be able to fucking pay the rent on this fucking room. I would like my fucking rent is more than that, you know. So we can fucking go out of business, and but that was like a big like fucking coming from the factory. Like we were paid like $2 per hour,
Yeah.
which is like, I mean, me and my wife, so $4 per hour. I mean, we'll make a fucking fortune, man.
Man.
Imagine. Imagine.
Yeah, imagine that, man. And so we're working like 12 hours a day, like 6 days a week,
Yeah.
to just make the hours, you know, enough hours. For me back then, like I was thinking fucking $10,000. It was like a lot of money.
Like a million.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
And now it's like, fuck, you know, this, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this. But what I have realized, man, like, fuck, when you came yesterday here, I was just like, it fucking dawned on me, like, it's so fucking, the harder you push, and I mean, it's like, I think I'm self, and I think every like entrepreneur is selfish to some respect, but also like, if you can project like the goals, like why you do something, like you said, you can do something, you cannot wake up like for yourself, but you can wake up for other people, right?
Yeah.
That's such a fucking fucking awareness, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you know that, like so now, okay, how do commit
And
to more things?
that's why I meant, like, you know, somebody else might be listening and they might think, oh, I have to get everything perfect before I can, because I used to be that guy. I have to learn how to meditate, wake up early, eat good, and then I'm gonna start my business, right? If I would be the guy, oh yeah, you know, I can't wake up early. No, man, just put the fucking meeting at 6 a.m. with 30 people so you don't fuck up, and then you wake up.
Think
Oh,
smart.
but you should be able to do it for yourself. Get the fuck out, man. I wake up
No,
at
man.
6. And I have a fucking thing.
I think for me it's as well, like now I'm thinking from the perspective, okay, so we give so many people opportunities, you know, our media buyers are making like $10,000-$15,000 a month. You know, the sales guys like you know, they also make like 10-15 like close to like $20,000 a month. So I mean, we provide people the opportunity. And now I'm thinking like if we push harder, you know, obviously it will benefit me, like for sure, you know, like we'll make more money, but also like it will impact so many people. You know, how many people can you impact? How many fucking jobs you can even provide? You know what I mean? How many like people you can fucking build out of fucking like, you know what I mean? Like you take fucking like some fucking piece of shit and like fucking building a fucking leader. You know what I mean? That fucking ability is like fucking changing fucking lives, man. And that fucking fulfills. You know what I mean? And I've seen like, so from the impact that we're making from the consulting, you know, like I mean it's small, you know, how many, like we get like 30-50 people a month. What if we get 500 people a month? What if we create this fucking community? Now I understand what Patrick said about like fucking creating that massive fucking impact, you know? Also like even very simple example, like the cleaning lady, I mean she cleans it off, she'll clean it tomorrow. And our home, and like so like providing that job, providing that opportunity for her, like I mean, you know what I mean, like how many like things you can, like the bigger you become, right, like it's
just unlimited.
Yeah, it's like you provide other people like so much opportunity, you make so much. So that's what impact is. Like I mean, impact, people say impact. That's a fucking impact. You know what I mean?
Look at Patrick, 20,000 employees. That's a whole city.
Yeah, fucking employee.
He can build an island for his whole team.
Yeah,
20,000 people on this island. Boom.
Yeah, and some of those people.
Boom.
Some of those people, you know, making fucking millions of dollars, changing their like financial future now. Changing their financial future now. They buy the fucking house, the fucking realtor that sells them the fucking house, make money. He buys something. He goes to the fucking dealership, buys the car.
Bro, what did you say about you want to influence your employees financially, career-wise, mental-wise?
Yeah, like financially, socially, emotionally. I don't know. It's a lot on a cultural level, emotional level, financial level, professional level, mental level. Yeah, I think that was it.
Awesome. And it was daily report? Or weekly?
It was just like a monthly survey.
Monthly one-on-one?
Monthly survey. No, like a monthly survey that they should fill in. We actually haven't initiated that.
But that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Yeah. He had written down
divisions.
Yeah, how to divisions?
Yeah.
Like every division, or what do you mean?
Division.
Like every single employee will fill this out.
Every division would have would have the questionnaire, and then it would just be, do you feel more emotionally adapt now than a month ago or less? And we just need to hit like an 80% success rate with all the people. And then if we see that somebody, you know, is feeling less on multiple levels, like, hey man, what's up? Because I don't care about like, is it an 8 or is it a 9? I care, are we getting better or worse, right? Because that's how we keep growing. We don't think about making 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. We care, are we up by 10%? Are we up by 20%? Because it's the growth, right? That was.
And again, like guys, if you're watching this, you should just like you watch it, and if you took notes, awesome. If not, because I'll be like rewatching this myself.
Yeah,
I'll be fucking rewatching this, man. These fucking things, like one of these things, like even like how you said, like the structuring the team, the establishing that culture with. I'll be rewatching and I'll be looking for one fucking thing that like we could like add to our business to improve it, like efficiency, culture.
Yeah.
It was so good, but we have to go, and
we have to go.
I'm so fucking grateful for you guys for coming over.
We're grateful for you, man. We're grateful for you.
Thank you, bro.
See that fucking chance, you barely almost fucking broke my leg.
The funny thing is, it all started with a YouTube video. Like I saw you on YouTube. Did you see him on YouTube before?
Yeah, I saw him on YouTube.
So it's all one thing, one video, changing people's lives.
Fuck.
The impact is now. Yeah, the big impact's now already great. Imagine in about 10 years.
Let's see where we are next time, man.
Yeah,
then we have our own island with 20,000 people.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it, man. Everything is possible, and you know, like the growth that you know we all like fucking sing. It's just you know, show what's possible.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
All right.
Do it. All right. Thank you for watching, guys.
Yes, thank you guys. Have a good day.